Being a ride or die is not a compliment. Being a ride or die is not a compliment.
Baby, my ride or die days are over. Hang it up. Every time it was supposed to be ride or die, then die. Every time it was ride or die, die.
Hey y'all, so I've been thinking a lot about this whole ride or die concept, like we've all heard it, right? Like this idea that in a relationship, especially as women, we're supposed to stick by our partner no matter what. But lately I've been really questioning that, because why is it that we are expected to be the unwavering supporters, the ones who hold everything together, even when things are falling apart? It's like we've been conditioned to believe that our worth is tied to how much we can endure, how much we can sacrifice. But is that really fair? And more importantly, is that really love?
If a man ever called me a ride or die, I think I would seriously have to sit down and reflect upon my life, because I don't think it's endearing in the slightest. I'm so sorry, the idea of women being like these fully devotional and self-sacrificing partners when it's usually not reciprocal at all, I'm just not here for it. Maybe I'm being naive because I know people say, well, for the right person, you do anything, blah, 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 blah. I hope that love never comes by me. I'm so sorry. And whether it's in real life or fictional characters, I just cannot get behind this ride or die type of love. And guys, I'm not talking about like for richer or for poorer or in sickness or in health. I mean getting cheated on 100 times and still going back because you're a ride or die. That's called being a bird. And I feel like growing up, that ride or die type of love seems so aspirational and so romantic. But now I look at it and I actually cringe, because it just means betraying yourself and your dignity over and over again for a man that doesn't reciprocate it. And hey, maybe you could say it's mutual, but I have personally never seen a mutual ride or die. Like, why must you go through hell and back for romantic love? And other types of love, but today I'm going to talk about romantic love. Like, why are we dying for love? I just don't understand it. And I'm so sorry, romantic love should not be unconditional. There's so many men that expect this unconditional ride or die love from their partners without showing any real commitment to them. And it's so ugh. And they need to get serious with themselves, because they don't want a lover, they want a mother. Like, I'm so sorry. If you want someone with unconditional love, you need to go seek your mother.
So I was reading an article the other day, and it was talking about how this ride or die mentality is glorified in our culture. You see it in movies, you hear it in songs, this idea that true love means standing by your partner through thick and thin, even if it means losing yourself in the process. But when you really think about it, who is this narrative serving? Because let's be honest, y'all, it's not often reciprocated.
One thing that nobody really seems to ever be talking about is this whole ride or die culture within a relationship, where like even if you're being treated like absolute trash, if the person treating you like trash is like going through something, then you have to just work through it. You just have to accept it to prove that you love them. No, I'm going to say no. If you haven't heard it, no, that is not how it should be. Like I was saying before, it should be a reciprocal relationship. It shouldn't just be someone taking everything that you can give until you have nothing. No, a true ride or die is going to know when to let you go if they are not in a position where they can treat you with basic love and respect. I wish I had heard that message. I wish I had heard that message a long time ago. So if you haven't heard it, you're hearing it now.
How many times do we see men being told to be ride or die for their women? It's like there's this unspoken expectation that women are the caretakers, the nurturers, the ones who have to hold it all together. And that just doesn't sit right with me. I mean, how many times have we heard stories of women standing by their partners through infidelity, through hardship, through financial struggle, all kinds of hardships, only to be left when things get better? It's like we're expected to be there for the struggle, but not necessarily for the success. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because it makes you question your own worth, your own value. Am I only valuable when I'm sacrificing? Is my love only meaningful when it's tested by hardship? And this ties into like that whole concept of the divine feminine, I've been really diving deep into that. The idea that there's this powerful, nurturing energy within all of us that has been suppressed for so long. And we've been taught to be submissive, to put others' needs before our own, to find our value in how much we can give. But what if we started to reclaim that power? What if we recognize that our worth isn't tied to how much we can endure for someone else, but really in how much we honor and love ourselves? So I was talking to a friend the other day, and she said something that really stuck to me. She said, the moment I realized I didn't have to be anyone's ride or die was the moment I started to truly live. Damn. And that hit me. Because it's true. When we let go of this expectation that we have to be everything for someone else, we make space to be everything for ourselves. We start to set boundaries. We start to demand respect, to seek out relationships that are reciprocal.
I don't know if you guys have been watching Couples Retreat Season 1. Now, people are all talking about what happened with Yandy and Mendeecees when things got real, talking about his time in prison and if he would have reciprocated.
If the roles were reversed, would you hold me down?
If the shoes was on the other foot, I don't know what I will be able to do.
And that's a problem.
Where our love and our energy is matched. And it's not just about romantic relationships. This ride or die mentality seeped its way into our friendships, into our family dynamics, and even our work relationships, We're taught to be loyal to a fault, to stick things out even when they're no longer serving us. But what if we gave ourselves permission to walk away? Bye. To say, this isn't serving me anymore, and that's okay. Because every time we choose ourselves, we reinforce our worth. We send a message to ourselves and to the world that we are valuable, that our needs matter, and that we deserve to be in spaces and relationships that honor us. I think about the times I stayed in situations longer than I should have, out of a sense of loyalty, out of fear of being seen as selfish or uncommitted. But looking back, y'all, I realized that every time I chose to stay when I should have left, I was betraying myself. I was sending myself the message that my comfort, my happiness, my well-being was secondary to someone else. And that's not okay. It's a journey for sure, y'all. Unlearning these deeply ingrained beliefs. It ain't easy, but we got to do the work, because we deserve more. You deserve more. We deserve to be in relationships where our partners are just as committed to us as we are to them. We deserve to be in a space where our value isn't tied to how much we can give. So let's start breaking this cycle. Let's start redefining what loyalty and commitment looks like. Let's start choosing ourselves, not out of selfishness, but out of a deep understanding that we are worthy of love and respect that doesn't require us to diminish ourselves. Because at the end of the day, the most important relationship that we have is the one that we have with ourselves. And we deserve to make that relationship the best it can. It should be the most healthiest relationship that you have in your life. Thanks for listening, and let's keep this conversation going. Let's support each other in this journey of self-discovery, because when one of us rises, we all rise.
It's so many differences that I think people got misconstrued. Let me paint you a picture. I saw a post on Facebook and it explained it so accurately. And it basically said it's a difference between a rocky road and a dead end when it comes to relationships. Here's the difference. A rocky road that you should ride or die for is when health issues may be involved, financial issues, light arguing, because there's stipulations on that, not spending time together, lack of intimacy from time to time. All things occur, especially when you be with somebody for, years and years and years. But when that rocky road, all of that turns into disrespectful behavior, mental abuse, physical abuse, threatening, cheating, fighting 24/7, controlling behavior. That's when you need to leave something exactly where it's at. You shouldn't be sticking around seeing if that's gonna change, because that's when boundaries have been crossed.